Hi there, and welcome back to Paws and Pawsitivity. I'm Jamie Watkinson-Harvey, your certified dog trainer and host of this podcast. Whether you're out for a walk, relaxing at home, or just looking for some solid dog training advice, I'm so glad that you're here. Today, we're talking about something that honestly makes my heart sing every time that I see it. Owners looking for a trainer to take their dogs away, fix them, and bring them back. Now I get it. Training can be hard. Life is busy. But if you're not ready to put in the time and effort into training your dog, the reality is you probably weren't ready to get a dog in the first place. That might sound blunt, but think about it this way. You wouldn't have a child and then decide they can't go to school because it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, right? Raising a child takes involvement, learning, and patience. Well, the same applies to dogs. They need guidance, structure, and consistency. And that comes from you, not from shipping them off to a trainer for a few weeks and hoping for the best. So today, we're going to talk about why these send-away training programs aren't the magic solution they promise to be, and why owner involvement is crucial and what ethical, effective alternatives look like. I totally understand why people are drawn to these programs. Life is hectic, and training a dog, especially if they've got behavioral challenges, can feel overwhelming. A trainer taking your dog away and doing all the hard work for you sounds perfect, right? But here's the problem. Training isn't just about teaching your dog to behave. It's about building a relationship. Your dog doesn't just need to learn commands. They need to learn from you. When you send your dog away, they might learn to sit, stay, or walk nicely on a lead, but in an environment that's completely different from your home. The trainer becomes the person they listen to, not you. And once your dog comes back, suddenly you're a stranger asking them to follow rules they only associate with someone else. That's why so many dogs who go through these programs end up regressing when they return home. Now, here's the part that really worries me. Many board and train facilities use punishment-based training methods like shock collars, prong collars, or harsh corrections. Why? Because they need fast results. If a trainer only has a few weeks to make your dog look obedient, they're more likely to suppress behavior rather than actually train in a way that builds trust and understanding. Dogs trained this way often seem well behaved because they're too scared to make a mistake. They're not learning what to do, they're just terrified of doing the wrong thing. And that fear can have serious long-term effects. It can lead to anxiety, aggression, or complete shutdown, where the dog stops offering behaviors altogether because they've learned that trying leads to punishment. This is the complete opposite of what we should want for our dogs. A happy, well-adjusted dog isn't one who obeys out of fear. They're one who listens because they trust us and know that making the right choice is rewarding. If you want a well-trained dog, you have to be part of the process. It doesn't mean you have to be a professional trainer, but it does mean showing up, being consistent, and building a bond with your dog through positive reinforcement. Imagine sending your child away to a school where they learn discipline and structure, but when they come home, you've got no idea how to support their learning. Would they really thrive? Probably not. The same is true for dogs. Training works best when the person living with the dog understands the training methods and can reinforce them daily. Now, I completely understand that training can feel overwhelming, especially if you're struggling with behavioural challenges. But sending a dog away isn't the only option. A far better approach is to work with a force-free trainer who teaches both you and your dog together. That way, you learn how to communicate clearly and your dog learns to trust you, not just a stranger they'll never see again. If training still sounds like too much, it's worth looking at how you're approaching it. Sometimes the problem isn't the training itself, but the way it's structured. Instead of long, frustrating sessions, break it into short, fun, reward-based moments throughout the day. A couple of minutes here and there can make all of the difference. And if your dog is dealing with serious behavioural challenges, it is important to address the root cause. No amount of quick fix training will magically solve reactivity, fear, or separation anxiety. These issues need a personalised plan, one that considers your dog's emotions, history, and environment. A qualified behaviourist can help you understand what's really going on and how to support your dog in a way that actually works. Finally, and this might be the hardest part to hear, sometimes we need to be honest with ourselves. If training feels like a chore you don't have time for, it might be worth asking whether your lifestyle is actually suited to having a dog. And that's okay. Not everyone is in the right place to provide the time, patience, and commitment a dog needs. The kindest thing you can do for yourself and for the dog is to recognize if now is truly the right time. Dogs are not appliances that can be sent away for a software update and returned fixed. They're living beings with emotions, needs, and the capacity to learn with you. Training isn't about obedience. It's about trust, communication, and building a lifelong bond. So if you're struggling, reach out for help, but make sure it's the right kind of help. Look for trainers who work with both you and your dog. Use ethical, science-backed methods and focus on long-term success rather than quick results. And if you're considering getting a dog, but the idea of training doesn't fit into your lifestyle, it might not be the right time. And that's okay. Dogs deserve committed, patient owners who are willing to put in the effort and to help them thrive. And that's it for today's episode of Paws and Pawsitivity. I hope this episode has given you some insight as why quick fix training isn't the answer and what real effective training looks like. If this episode's helpful, please share it with a friend or subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And if you would like to support the podcast, you can head on over to www.pta.dog and visit the podcast page where you can make a donation. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this podcast going. Until next time, take care and give your pup a big hug from me. Woofity woof.